The International Childhood Cancer Day, or ICCD, is commemorated around the world annually on February 15. The intent is to raise public awareness regarding the dangers of cancer that can threaten children. In addition to that, the day is used to promote childhood cancer and make it a priority issue for the medical world. It is also an opportunity to promote the distribution of top medical and psychological care for children with cancer, regardless of their location, ethnicity, and socioeconomic background.
This year, a campaign was launched during the International Childhood Cancer Day with the theme, Better Survival is Achievable, with a hashtag through their hands. It focuses on recognizing the positive contributions of families and caregivers on the lives of children with cancer.
So I love with the keyword of our first story for this segment, talking about raising awareness for the today commemoration, the World Commemoration of Childhood Cancer Day. Cancer.
Right.
Because if for me personally, if I do not know about this story, I want to know about the story of cancer for
yes.
kids.
Absolutely.
Right, and cancer in children is more difficult to detect actually than in adults, since children may often find it hard to express their own conditions.
I mean, this happens not just with cancer, but just with regular illnesses. It's very hard for kids, like, are you feeling okay? You have to ask all of these questions. Now, therefore, it is very important, especially for parents out there, to recognize the signs and symptoms of cancer in children. Luckily, today we're connected with pediatric hematology oncology consultant, Dr. Mururul Aisyi. Hi, doctor. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hi, doctor.
Hi. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to having me here. Thank you very much.
Great, doc. So let's just get started by first, perhaps you elaborating, how is it that cancer can develop in children?
It's a good question, things, and it is quite different between childhood cancer and also adult cancer, because the pathophysiology, the pathogenesis is different, and also the type of cancer is different in children. And then to tell you the truth, we don't know yet all of the things of childhood cancers. There's some or many theories about the childhood cancer. They said that there's interaction between genetic instability and also the environment things like chemical substance, high dose radiation, virus maybe, but the precise mechanism is we don't know yet. But the good things is the tumor burden mutations in childhood cancer is lower than adult cancer. That's why even we cannot prevent childhood cancer, but the response of the treatment is better than adult cancers. That's why we often heard about the low volume of childhood cancer. It's only they said it's only 5% from the all of type of cancer, but the small volume doesn't mean insignificant.
Right.
The small prevalence doesn't mean unimportant. In fact, childhood cancer is the most probable curable type of cancers around all of the type of cancer.
Okay, Dr. Ais, we're glad to hear that childhood cancer is the most preventable cancer. So what is the main cause of cancer among
most curable.
children? Yeah, the most curable, I mean. And what is the main cause of cancer in children? Is it about hereditary condition?
The majority of causes is predominantly is genetic instability. So when I said genetic, it doesn't mean inheritance. So in fact, it's only 10% of type of childhood cancer which is which can be inheritable. So the most of them is just spontaneous mutation. So it doesn't inherit to the kids or the children by the parents. So the mutations and also the other factor of environment like virus infection, chemical substance, it is theoretically can cause and push the oncogenic things become cancer.
That's quite alarming, Doc, because most of the time when we hear of adults, for example, long-time smokers are at high risk of lung cancer, or somebody at an elderly age, or a woman is perhaps more susceptible to breast cancer. But something has to develop over time. For it to happen in kids, that means it happens very quickly, no?
Yep. Even when the child is just born, they could get cancer. Okay. So the definition of children is between 0 and until 18 years old.
Right.
And then the development of cancer in those periods is very different based on the period of age. For example, below 5 years, we can find eye cancer, retinoblastoma, more often than the other type of cancer. Above 5 years old, we can find maybe brain tumor, maybe abdominal tumor, for example, Willem's tumors, and etc., etc. And then above 10-year-olds, bone cancer, osteosarcoma is more prevalent than the other type of cancer. But the most important things and the most common childhood cancer is leukemia. Leukemia can be found in every period of age of the children.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the range of age 2 till 10, it is the most common we found in certain types of leukemia, which is acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, Doc, you've just mentioned to us a various type of childhood cancer. So, maybe could you please elaborate more about the signs, the potential signs and symptoms of cancer in children?
Okay. In simple things, we could divide in general childhood cancer just 2 types. Blood cancer, which is leukemia, and solid tumor or solid cancer, which can happen in every organ of the children. Leukemia is the most common. It's around 30 or 50% of type of childhood cancer. And then the sign is usually pallor, anemic, and then fever, and also bleeding tendency. And also there is some enlargement of liver, spleen, lymph nodes, testicle in boys, and also it can infiltrate the bone, so children can suffer from pain in their bone. And the solid tumor sign and symptom, it depends on which organ be affected by the cancer. For example, eye cancer, retinoblastoma, the period of age below 5 years old, it's around maybe most common, and you can find cat eye reflex is disappear, like what do you call leukocoria, cat eyes when you at night.
Right.
Cat eyes.
Okay.
And then the other.
Okay,
the other type of cancer, for example, bone tumor, we could see the enlargement from the bone and also pain. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Ais, talking about childhood cancer, let's say if one of both the parents have cancer, is there any way to prevent the child of having cancer?
There is no way to prevent childhood cancer.
Okay, so
what we can do is find as early as possible, and we raising awareness, like Mas Akhir said, raising awareness about early sign and symptom the children have.
Yeah, obviously early detection is still key, as always, Doc. But would treatments be the same if there was a child that was diagnosed with a particular cancer, and there would be normally a certain treatment for adults, for example, chemotherapy? Would that still be applicable for children as well?
Yeah, sure. In the early stage, it's more easily than at the late stage. And then the good news is conventional treatment is can can be more response in the childhood cancer management. Yeah, more effective. And then the survival rate, you know, in some centers, it's above 80% survival rate. Even in developed centers, it could 94% survival rate.
Right.
So the tagline or the theme of Talent Day today is very suitable, yeah, better survival achievable.
Right. So let's talk more about the range of age in children. So maybe there is like a pattern. What is the most common age for children who actually could potentially develop cancer?
As I mentioned before, it depends on the type of cancer in children. So for retinoblastoma, we seldom find the cancer above 5 years old. It's usually always happen in 2 or 3 years old, and one type of retinoblastoma, which is include heritable disease. It could affect less than 1 year, but it's just a small portion of this retinoblastoma. Osteosarcoma can happen in above 10 years old. Leukemia usually affect at 2 till 10, but just the simplified things, yeah. Sometimes rare condition can happen also.
All right, Doc, do we know that if there is any sort of things in particular that children need to avoid that may cause children to develop cancer? And are there any preventive measures such as better nutrition or just a better lifestyle? Would that help prevent cancer in children, or at least lower the risk?
Okay. Yeah, maybe there is no good evidence available which relate between specific environment, specific food, for example, to the creation of cancers. Yeah, we have no data about that. And then the society said that it's not about the specific food, but the pattern of food we consume every day. So it's not just specific food can cause the cancer, and then the evidence is not good enough to say that the food could be the cause, the certain cause to the cancer of children.
Got it.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Aisyi. Well, we all know that chemotherapy is a way to combat cancer in medical world. But what about alternative treatments? Are there something that has been known to combat cancer, at least for childhood cancer?
Yes, that's right. The conventional treatment like chemotherapy, surgery, and radiotherapy could successfully treat childhood cancer until 80%. But how about the next 20%? It has to be the other modalities, and then there is some developed modality like bone marrow transplantations, yeah, and also the latest one is immunotherapy, such as cortisol therapy. This one for the type of cancer, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and then it has very good evidence to cure cancer. So my mentor in Utrecht said to me that our target to childhood cancer is 100% curable. And I think we optimize to achieve that. But we need support and then attention for everybody, including volunteer, including foundation, and also regulators. Yeah.
Right. Doc, please do stay with us because we do have to take a short break here on the program, but we'll be back to discuss more in regards to International Childhood Cancer Day when we return here on See the Story. Stay with us.
tastes really, really good. Oh, I'm so excited to eat this one. Pengen nyobain makanan paling rekomendasi di restoran ini. My favorite still the meat. It's really, really good for me.
Rezeki dipatok daki.
Start Sabang sampai Mururul. What's different about this one is I have no idea when I will be coming back. This is honestly so awesome. I will definitely be coming back again one day.
Apalagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Langsung hap. Wih, nggak banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja, lapar situ. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa baca bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya, dia MD. MD-nya ada panjangannya tuh.
Apa tuh?
My Dream.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world.
We'll have some news from Southeast Asia.
And we're going to have a lot more updates from the world.
It's time for me to give you your first sports update of the morning.
We're also going to have some really cool talk shows because the higher interest rate, it means that the cost of doing business is very high right now.
That's
right?
having a good laugh here for the entertainment segment.
Make sure to follow us on our social media accounts for the latest updates. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Welcome back to our signature segment, See the Stories, here on the 3-Hour News Show. We're still live with Dr. Mururul Aisyi to talk about cancer in children. So, Doc, let's get back to our discussion. In regards to awareness, you mentioned awareness a couple of times. How good, or should I say how bad, is the situation when it comes to awareness about, because Kang Ahir and myself were just made aware of this, childhood cancer as well because of International Childhood Cancer Day. So how, what is the awareness situation like here in Indonesia?
Yeah, the awareness will improve the management, the early management, and we found some difficulties in some delay. There are three types of delay: patient delay, referral delay, oncologist delay. Okay. But the two most common things is patient delay and referral delay. Okay. So the patient delay is about knowledge, so about how we get information about childhood cancer, right? And then how about how we spread the information to the children and to the public. And the referral system, it is the problem of how we get fast referral to the hospital which is responsible and have enough facilities to conquer the childhood cancer. So our attention has to focus on those two things.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Ais, and what about the life expectancy of children who are already cancer-free? Is there any difference with other children who has never been attacked by cancer?
Yeah, the childhood cancer can be curable. In developed country, it's 80%. So it means that in 100 patients, 80 patients will cure, and then there's nothing happen after that.
Life.
But get the normal life, and then 20% could be achievable also by the fancy modalities such as chemotherapy and also transplantation. Yeah, we are trying to catch that, and then it is quite different between childhood cancer and adult cancer. Yeah.
All right. Also, in regards to, we do know that cancer sometimes can just go into remission and it could come back at any given time in some form of a relapse. Is that the same in children as well? And is it the risk higher or lower of it happening again?
That's true. That's true. That's why we have staging for solid tumor and stratification for blood cancer such as leukemia.
Okay.
Those type of stratification or staging could influence the outcome of childhood cancer. So that's true.
Right. So, Doc, you've mentioned earlier that the cause of the childhood cancer could come from chemical, from virus, and we are, let's say we claim that we are in the situation of post-COVID-19 pandemic, and we know the term of long COVID effects. So is there any new findings related to childhood cancer?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, because there is some theory, but it not proof yet, not proven yet. Yeah, we have around 5% of newborn has some mutation, which can be promoted by the infections. The severe infection such as COVID virus infection, and it will be promoted to become cancer like leukemia. So the expert get the theory in 5 or 10 years the incidence of leukemia could increase. Yeah, we don't know about it yet. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the future.
Right, and many of us here are parents as well. Is there something that we need to be doing regularly to check in the case there's no signs or symptoms? Should we be doing some sort of annual check? What do you think?
No. Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot do that. Yeah, because there is no such early detection.
Yeah.
In childhood cancer. Yeah, what we can do is early finding, early clinical finding, early sign and symptom finding. That's what we can do for now. Yeah.
Right.
So, Doc, talking about raising awareness here, we find one of the most fun is by doing some games.
Yay!
Right?
Games.
Oh, great.
I have these things, myth or facts. Let's play the game. Of course, before we conclude our interview, I would like to invite my fellow host, a very competitive fellow host.
Yes, you're very competitive.
I haven't beat her so far.
Yes, to play a mini game, Doc, called Myth or Facts. So the rules, here's how it goes. I will say some statements about cancer in children, and you both guys need to guess, as usual, whether it is a myth or false or fact, actually. Later on, Dr. Ais will explain to us what the correct answer are.
All
so,
right.
are you ready?
That's it.
Aye, Captain.
Absolutely.
So, part of the show, I will give you this one to you, and this one to you.
Myth or fact?
Right, so the first question, cancer is contagious. Myth or fact? Both are giving the answer myth. So what is the fact actually?
Yeah, that's the myth. Yeah, cancer cannot be contagious. Yeah, we can get infected by the cancer children. In fact, they need our support, and we cannot avoid them. Yeah, and then that's the biggest thing, to support them, and then to reduce their problems psychologically and psychically, because childhood cancer cannot suffer alone and cannot fight alone. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the family could affect it also, and it's also the sibling.
Yeah, physical relationships and interactions are very important.
Right.
Yes.
So let's go to the second question. You would have seen
ready.
the question, but I think you still need to guess it. Childhood cancer is a hereditary condition. Myth or fact? Maria is answering with fact. Childhood cancer is hereditary, while Paul is giving his answer. It's a myth. What is the correct answer, Doc? Is it all the type of...
Yeah, we are talking the majority, right?
Yeah.
The majority of childhood cancer is not inherited.
Okay.
I was listening to you, Doc. I was listening to you in the first segment. I got you.
2, 1.
I thought it can be both, like hereditary or developed.
For the most part, no.
Yeah. Just a few of the type of cancer can be inherited. Just a few, on 10% of it.
Yeah, but most of them are just random mutations. See, I remember word for word. I would be really good if this is a test. Okay, good.
You are a good listener, Paul. Okay, there's the third question. I think it's quite challenging, according to me. So the next question is: childhood cancer survivors will never lead normal lives. Myth or fact? Both are answering me.
Yes.
What is the truth?
We heard it right from you.
Yeah, Paul and Maria are very good listener then. These are myths.
Right, 2 more questions.
Yes.
3 versus 2.
2, yeah.
Come on, Maria, you can do it.
Yeah.
And the fourth question is: the side effects of cancer treatment are worse than cancer itself. Myth or fact?
It's a myth.
Both are answering myth.
Yeah.
Dr. Aisyi, what is the explanation for this?
Yeah, that's right. Because we can prevent the side effect of our treatment, such as chemotherapy by drugs. So the effect of the treatment could be minimized.
Yes, and there was a long dispelled myth, by the way. You can ask the last one because my mother used to say this one. This used to be long. Go ahead, read it.
Okay, producer team, you have to listen to us.
Give us one more.
We have a bonus question. Burn food, like satay, can cause cancer.
I'm going to say
fact.
myth.
It's a fact, I think.
So how's the...
I don't know. It's maybe a myth or fact. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So what is the correct answer additionally?
Yeah, it's myth. Yeah, because nowadays
I'm not experienced.
All right.
Okay.
We just don't have any good evidence, any valid evidence to relate this acrylamide in satay, for example, to cause this cancer. We have no good evidence.
I grew up in Toronto, and I remember people used to say, don't burn your toast for breakfast. Or if you do, you have to scrape off those black parts because that could give you cancer.
My God.
And I always thought that was weird. Like, really? It's still bread. I mean, I don't see...
How did you know it's myth?
Because my mom used a lot of old school myths that she likes to tell me when I was a kid. Like how rice cries on your roof if you don't finish it. Anyway, Doc, thank you so much.
That's funny, that one, the rice.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Aisyi.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Really
hopefully we can have more conversation and you could come to our studio here at City News.
Yeah, maybe the latest word that I have to say, if we want to prove that cancer can be cured, don't ever live and forget childhood cancer, because they are the most curable type of cancer.
Thank you very much for all of your insights, Doc.
Thank
we
you,
really
Doc.
appreciate it. And thank you for your efforts in
Very
raising
insightful.
awareness.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you very much.